Every grand empire in history eventually falls, but it is rarely the external enemies that bring it down. Most of the time, the destruction comes from within. For nearly 4 years, the professional wrestling world was held in a golden, iron grip by one man, Roman Reigns. As the tribal chief, he stood at the absolute pinnacle, flanked by his family, commanding a dominance we hadn't seen in modern history. But when the dust settled at WrestleMania and the historic reign was finally broken, a massive power vacuum was left behind. The island of relevancy didn't just lose its king, it lost its stability. In the shadows of that historic defeat, a dangerous new era was born. Solo Sikoa, once the silent enforcer who stood obediently behind his older cousin, decided he was done taking orders. He saw a broken family and chose to rebuild it in his own violent image. This wasn't a peaceful transition of power, it was a hostile, bloody coup. Solo ruthlessly excommunicated Jimmy Uso, turning his back on the brother who had bled for the faction. In their place, he unleashed a new breed of monsters upon WWE. Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the terrifying, unpredictable Jacob Fatu. The new bloodline is no longer just a wrestling faction. It has evolved into something far more dangerous, a lawless, rogue cartel operating with zero remorse, zero respect, and an unquenchable thirst for absolute control. Solo Sikoa has placed the sacred red Ula Fala around his own neck, boldly declaring himself the new tribal chief. But deep down, Solo knows a painful truth. To truly legitimize his crown, fear and violence are not enough. In this business, power is measured in gold. And the ultimate power currently sits firmly on the shoulder of the American Nightmare. When Cody Rhodes finally finished his story, he thought he had reached the end of his hardest journey. He captured the undisputed WWE Championship, fulfilling a lifelong family promise. But winning the gold was only half the battle. Keeping it is an entirely different nightmare. Cody now rules over a kingdom that is constantly under siege. Every single week, he has to watch his back, knowing that the rogue bloodline is stalking him from the shadows. For Solo Sikoa, taking the undisputed championship away from Cody isn't just about winning a title, it's about proving to the entire world and to his own bloodline that he is the rightful head of the table. Cody Rhodes didn't just win a championship, he unknowingly walked straight into the firing line of a multi-generational war. Yet, as the tension between Cody and Solo escalates, a massive, vengeful ghost looms over the entire WWE universe. The millions of fans around the world are chanting one name, waiting for one inevitable moment: the return of the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns. For years, the fans hated Roman for his tyrannical rule. But after witnessing Solo's lawless brutality, the landscape has completely shifted. The world is now desperate for the return of the true king to reclaim his stolen throne and destroy the monsters he helped create. We are standing on the precipice of an absolute cataclysm. A brutal, devastating bloodline civil war is already here. On one side, you have a rogue army fighting for total dictatorship. On the other, a returning king fighting for his pride and his legacy. And caught directly in the crosshairs of this explosive family war is the undisputed champion, Cody Rhodes. No matter who wins, no matter who survives the incoming bloodshed inside the bloodline, one thing remains absolutely certain: Cody Rhodes is, and always will be, the ultimate target.